pronunciation and some other things. So, first thing we did was we had guests. We have guests today. Be careful with this word, guests, guests. Say it with me, guests, guests. These three letters can be difficult to pronounce. Remember, guest means visitor, right? Guest means visitor. And guest are pronounced the same way. But if you have more than one visitor, you have guests, guests. Practice that. Make sure you can say that. So we asked our guests some questions. For example, how are you? How are you? What's your name? What's your name? I am from Libya. And you? That's a sneaky way to ask that question. This is a better way. Where are you from? Where are you from? Remember, China is a noun. I am from China. Chinese is an adjective. I am Chinese. What do you do? What do you do? This is the same as asking, what is your job? What is your job? But usually we ask this question. What do you do? I'm a teacher. I'm a student. Are you here as a student? This is another good question. What is your level? What is your level? It's a good question. Are you an ALP student? Are you an ALP student? What's your major? What's your major? This is a good question to ask someone who is a student. Major means what they are studying. I'm a chemistry major. I'm a math major. I'm an engineering major. Why are you here? Why are you here? Now we also had some questions with different tenses. So for example, what do you do here? What do you do here? This is simple present. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? This is present continuous. Sometimes we call this present progressive. Usually this one means right now. Present progressive is right now. What are you doing here right now? Simple present, what do you do here? This means every day, right? For example, I play football every evening. What do you do here every day, right? Next question. What are you studying? What are you studying? This is another good question. Most of our guests are studying foreign and second language education. Remember, foreign sounds like for-in. We don't really pronounce the G. Foreign and second language education. Remember, when we have two nouns like language and education, the first noun acts like an adjective. It describes the second one. So language education is a kind of education, not a kind of language. Next question. How old are you? How old are you? This question is not polite. You probably should not ask this question to someone you're meeting for the first time or to someone who is a guest. Similarly, how much do you make? How much do you make? This question means how much money do you make in your job? Again, not polite. Do not ask this question. Some more verb tenses. Which university did you study at? Which university did you study at? This is the simple past. Which university do you study at? Which university do you study at? This is the simple present. Which university are you studying at? Which university are you studying at? This is the present continuous or present progressive. Finally, which university will you study at? Which university will you study at? Usually when you meet someone, you can ask them these two questions. Which university do you study at? Every day, simple present. Or which university are you studying at? Present continuous, right now. If you want to ask them about a university they studied at in the past, but do not study at now, you can use this question, simple past. Which university did you study at? Or if they will study in the future, but are not studying now, you can ask them this question. Which university will you study at? Some other questions. What would you like to eat? What would you like to eat? This is a question about for dinner right now. If you could eat something, what would you like? Would makes it kind of polite. What do you like to eat? What do you like to eat? This is simple present. Again, this is asking every day or usually. Remember, with a statement, we use this word order. It is delicious. It is delicious. This is a statement, a sentence. Is it delicious? Is it delicious? This is a question. We have to take the verb and move it to the front in front of the subject. If it's a be verb, we can do this. Switch them around. We had some other questions. When we were in our fishbowl, how was your weekend? What did you do? How was your weekend? What did you do? If you want to talk about someone else's weekend, you can say, how was her weekend? What did she do? Or, how was his weekend? What did he do? We also talked about pronouns, first, second, and third person. So if we are talking about somebody else, we could say, what are their names? What are their names? If we are talking to someone, we can say, what are your names? What are your names? This is the second person. This is the third person. We can also use the first person. What are our names? What are our names? Although this is kind of strange. Usually we know our names. So a quick review. We looked at the pronouns. Subject pronouns, which are at the start of a sentence. Object pronouns, which are after verbs. And possessive pronouns, which means something belongs to someone. For example, my book, my phone, my computer. So first person singular, we use I, me, and my. I like me. I like my phone. For plural, we use we and us. We like us. We like our phones. Second person, this is the person that you are talking to, the person who is listening. We use you, and your. So you like you. You like your phone. In English, for plural, we use the same pronouns. You, and your. You like you. You like your phones. This is strange, but this is English. For the third person, we use for female, she, her, her. For males, he, him, and his. And for things, it, and its. So we could say she likes him, he likes her, she likes her phone, he likes his phone, and it likes it, which is a little strange, but it's possible. Maybe a dog, maybe a cat, something like that. For plurals, we use they, them, and their, for men or women or things. So they like them, they like their phones. We talked a little bit about part of speech. So this means whether something is a noun, a verb, an adjective, an adverb. Okay? So Chris is a teacher. Chris is the subject. Teacher is the object. So in this case, we have to use the subject pronouns. Okay, the first one's on our list at the beginning of sentences. At the end, we use the object pronouns, the second one on our list. So we can say we like them, but we can't say them like we, because them is an object pronoun and we is a subject pronoun. If we want the third person plural in subject position, we don't use them, we use they. In an object position, we don't use we use us. They like us. They like us. Okay? Again, with more guests, we said, what are your names? This was a good question. This was not a good question. This is better. Could you please say your names again? Could you please say your names again? This was very good. We had some quiet guests. Another way you can say this. Could you please tell me your names again? We could also say, please, could you repeat your names? Notice, please can go here or here or here. Please, could you repeat your names? Could you please repeat your names? Could you repeat your names, please? These are all good questions. Are you from Chinese is not possible because Chinese is an adjective. Are you from China? This is a good question. China is a noun. Are you Chinese? This is possible too, because Chinese is an adjective. To be more polite, you should ask, where are you from? Where are you from? This way you're not assuming someone is from China when they may be from another country. We also asked, what are your cities? This is a little strange. A better question is, which city are you from? Which city are you from? We also learned the difference between Beijing and Peking. Peking is the old name for the capital. Beijing is the new name of the capital. Finally, we also said please introduce yourself for one person, or please introduce yourselves. Please introduce yourself. Please introduce yourselves. This is the plural for more than one person. And another good thing to know how to say, could you speak slowly, please? Could you speak slowly, please? This is very useful. Let's see, we had lots to do, lots of Forrest Gump, lots of writing, and lots of homework. So, I hope this is helpful. I hope going over this is useful to you. You can listen, you can rewind, you can repeat. I will do this with more of our notes in the future. I hope you had a great day, and I will see you in our next class. Thanks.